and I found it increasingly difficult to keep it. The child was so, well, so annoying, man. I regret the necessity of keeping you at a distance, but until I observe in you a more sprightly and attractive manner, I really must exclude you from the privileges intended for only happy, contented little children.
What have I done?
Jane! I don't like questioners, man! Be seated somewhere, and I truly can speak pleasantly, like me. Remain silent!
You like a vampire?
Stand now! Where the dickens are you? There you are!
What do you want?
Say, what do you want, Master Reed? I want you to come here. Oh, it's in here somewhere. Oh, that's better. That's you impudent in answering Mamma back a while, you rat! What were you doing over here anyway?
I was reading.
You shouldn't be reading other books. You are independent. You ought to bed and not live with gentlemen's children like me. I'll teach you to rummage in my bookshelf. This house belongs to me. I will do in a few years. Take that!
Ow!
And that!
Ow!
And that!
Wicked and cruel boy!
What did you just say?
Nothing.
Well, I tell them all. But first, you laugh!
Take her away to the Red Room and lock her in there. Hold her arms, Bessie. Look at her. She's like a mad cat.
Now get upstairs! Come on, Bessie, we're going upstairs.
All right, Alan. I'm coming upstairs too.
Upstairs.
Shame. What shocking conduct is to straggle young gentlemen.
But I did.
Your benefactor is so
Bessie!
You're your master.
Master! How is he my master? Am I a servant?
No, you are less than a servant. Oh, get in there, go on. In the Red Room. That's it, in you go. Hey, now. Sit down and think over your wickedness.
Oh, don't leave me here. Mr. Reed's ghost will come and get me.
If you don't sit still, you must be tied down.
Bessie!
Oh, Miss Abbott, lend me your garters.
Right.
Don't take them off. I will not stir.
You ought to be aware, miss, that you're under obligation to Mrs. Reed. If she were to turn you off, you'd have to go to the poorhouse.
Aye, and you ought not to think of yourself as equal with Master Reed because Mrs. Kindly allows you to be brought up with him. It is your place to be humble and to try to make yourself agreeable.
You should try to be more useful and pleasant. And then perhaps you'd have a home here. But if you become passionate and rude, Mrs. will send you away.
And besides, God will punish you. He might strike you down in the midst of your tantrums, and then where would you go? Say your prayers, Miss Ayres. But if you do not repent, something bad might be permitted to come down the chimney and fetch you away.
Jane Eyre should be left in the red room till I came for her myself.
Miss Jane's been so long, ma'am.
Let go, child. Loose Bessie's hand. You cannot succeed in getting out by these means. A poor artifice, particularly in children. Abby, go and have some stomach ache and smoke it up. Well, now stay here an hour longer.
Oh, have pity.
Silence! All this violence, it's almost repulsive like.
No, let me out, please. Don't leave me.
I'll make sure she. And what are you doing down there? It's not stable.
Poor Miss Jane is to be pitied, Abbot.
No, if she were a nice, pretty child, one might be compassionate, but one really cannot care for such a toad as that.
Miss Jane, what are you doing?
I'm just
Are your hands and face this morning?
No, Bessie, I've only just finished dusting.
Troublesome child. Have you been up to some mischief?
No.
Go down to the breakfast room. You want it directly. Go on.
This is the little girl respecting whom I applied to you.
Her size is small. What is her age?
10 years?
So much? What is your name, little girl?
Jane Eyre, sir.
No sight so sad as that of a naughty child. Why do the wicked go after death, little girl?
They go to hell, sir.
And what is hell? Can you tell me
A
that?
pit full of fire.
And would you like to be burning in that pit forever?
No, sir.
Then what must you do to avoid it?
I must keep in good health and not die.
And how will you do that? Children younger than you die daily. Why, I buried a child of 5 years just a day or two ago. Good child, whose soul is now in heaven. Do you read your Bible?
Sometimes.
And are you fond of it?
I like Revelations and the Book of Daniel.
And the book of Psalms. I hope you like those.
No, sir.
Shocking!
Psalms are not interesting.
That proves that you have a wicked heart and you must pray to God to change it, to give you a new and clean one.
How will that operation of changing my heart be performed, sir?
Sit down! Mr. Brugglehorst, I believe I intimated to you in my letter that this child is not quite the character I could wish for. Should she be admitted as a pupil at Lowood, I should be glad if the teachers were asked to guard against her worst fault, deceit.
Deceit is indeed an unfortunate trait in a child. It is akin to falsehood. All liars have their portion in the lake burning with fire and brimstone.
I should expect her to be brought up in a manner best suiting her prospects, to be kept humble. As for her vacations, she will, with your permission, spend them at Lowood.
Madam, your decisions are perfectly judicious. Humility is a Christian grace peculiarly appropriate to the children at Lowood. Plain fare, simple attire, hardy and active habits. Such is the order of the day for the house and its inhabitants.
Quite right, sir. I may depend upon this child being admitted as a pupil, then.
Madam, you may. And I trust you'll be grateful for the privilege.
I shall send her straight away. I'm quite anxious to be relieved of a burden that's becoming too irksome, Mr. Brocklehurst.
No doubt, madam, no doubt. Little girl, here is a pamphlet. Read it with prayer, especially the section containing the awfully sudden death of Martha Gorringe, a naughty child, addicted to falsehood and deceit. Good day, madam.
Good day, Mr. Brocklehurst.
Hey, pop round for a sherry sometime.
Are we? Return to the nursery.
I am not deceitful. If I were, I should say I loved you. But I declare I do not love you. I dislike you the worst of anybody in the world. And this book about the liar you can give to your son. I am glad you are no relation of mine. I will never call you aunt. I will never come to visit you when I am grown up. And if anybody asks me how I liked you, I will say the very thought of you makes me sick. And that you treated me with miserable cruelty.
How dare you affirm that's Jane?
How dare I? Because it is the truth. You think that children can live without one bit of love or kindness, but we cannot, can we? No. Thank you. People think you are a good woman, but you are bad, hard-hearted, and you've got a rubbish Geordie accent. You are deceitful.
Jane, I assure you I want to be your friend today.
Not you. You told Mr. Brocklehurst I had a bad character. Well, I will let everyone at Lowood know who you are and what you have done.
Return to the nursery. There's a dear. And lie down, you little lamb.
I am not your dear. I cannot lie down. Send me to school soon, Mrs. Reed, for I hate to live here. Thanks.
You see what I mean, huh? And yous were no help. I did indeed send her to school. And quickly, like.
Thus, the troublesome Jane Eyre was cast into the benevolent hands of my charitable institution. Under my Christian guidance, she became hardy and patient, and was saved from becoming an agent of the evil one.
But unfortunately, he was unable to
Save!
many of his pupils from typhus, consumption, and rickets. I was one of the blessed few who survived Mr. Brocklehurst's malevolence. Oh, sorry, benevolence. The number of deaths drew public attention on the school and forced Mr. Brocklehurst to make improvements which were beneficial to the institution. The school, thus improved, became in time a truly useful and noble institution. I remained an inmate of its walls for 8 years, 6 as pupil and 2 as teacher, until I became desperate for liberty, a new stimulus, or at least a new servitude. I'll make the dishes up.
I first met Jenny when she came to...
It's Jane.
That's what I said, dear Jane. Jenny, same thing. Off your pop. Make it your life. She advertised in the Yorkshire Herald, in between the obituaries and the private ads. You know the ones, don't you? Governess's wanted section. Small, neat little thing, no colour or shape to attract the eye. A bit like the advert, really. Only that had a board around it. I wrote back immediately. Well, I had to, really. Hers was the only advert. If J.E., who advertised in the Yorkshire Herald last Thursday, is in a position to give satisfactory references as to character and competence, a situation can be offered where there is but one pupil, a little girl, under 10 years of age, and where the salary is £30 per annum. It's more than you all may put together, isn't it? Oh no, you're not actors, are you? Mrs. Fairfax, Thornfield Hall, near Milcott, Yorkshire. I do that because it's big Yorkshire. I always do it big.
Will us walk this way, ma'am?
That's right. Good afternoon, my dear. You must be Jane.
Yes.
Oh, come and warm yourself by this warming, flickering fire.
Mrs. Fairfax, I suppose?
Yes, that's right.
Oh, please don't put yourself to any trouble, Mrs. Fairfax.
It is no trouble. I dare say your own hands must be quite numbed with cold. Mary, fetch us a little hot meat and cut us a sandwich or two. And close your mouth.
All right.
We call her Flash. Now, you brought your luggage with you, haven't you, my dear?
Yes.
Right, well, I'll see a carrot here and straight away. It won't take me a tick. I'll just see it Flash.
She treats me like a visitor. I little expected such a warm welcome. Oh, will I have the pleasure of seeing Miss Fairfax today?
So, sorry, what did you say, dear? I'm a little deaf.
Will I have the pleasure of seeing Miss Fairfax today?
Miss Fairfax?
Yes,
Oh, you mean Miss Ferenz, your future pupil?
Indeed, then she's not your daughter.
No, I have no family. Oh, you are kind. Well, it'll be quite pleasant here now with a companion. How do you like Thornfield Hall?
I like it very much.
Yes, it is a pretty place, although I fear it'll be getting quite out of hand unless Mr. Rochester should take it into his head to come and reside here permanently, or at least visit it rather often.
Mr. Rochester? Who's he?
Well, he's the owner of Thornfield Hall, dear.
I thought Thornfield belonged to you.
To me, no. Oh, bless you, madam, what an idea. To me, no, I'm just the housekeeper, the manager.
And the little girl, my pupil.
She is Mr. Rochester's ward. He commissioned me to find a governess for her. Here's the family. Oh, that's her. I don't usually let it's the excitement, you see. You go on here. Everybody sat down there. Just sit down. Oh, dear, and it's ham, and I like ham. You don't mind a bit of fluff, I dare say. Mary. Now, you sit. I'll see to Miss Adele. Good afternoon.
Eyre. Not quite.
I cannot see. Can you understand her when she runs on so fast?
I understood her very well. I spent many hours under the tongue of Madame Pierrot whilst at my boarding school.
How very stimulating for you.
Adele, avec qui tu habites en France?
Oh, j'habite avec maman.
Oh, yes.
Mais she is how you say.
Elle est morte.
Ouais.
Oh.
Maman used to teach me to dance on Champs-Élysées. Oh, poor maman. Oh, je chante maintenant, ouais.
What?
Come now, Miss Adele. Miss Eyre has only just arrived. She'll be wanting to unpack her things. Your school hours can start tomorrow.
On va commencer les cours demain, ouais?
Oh, adamant. That's right, adamant.
Come on then, cocker.
You're getting heavy, you are.
Let me show you around Thornfield Hall.
Yes.
Afternoon. This way, it's rather intriguing. This one.
When I first met her, I thought she was a bit odd. You know, strange. Anyway, she was right suspicious of me. What's it got to do with her?
We all got big sumo suits. Mr. Rochester had to go. I went next. It was all very jolly.
Is Mr. Rochester an exacting, fastidious sort of man?
Not particularly so, but well, he has a gentleman's tastes and habits, and he expects things to be kept in conformity to them.
Is he generally liked?
Oh yes, the family's been very well respected in this parts for many years. Now, let me show you the way through. You won't need to know. Mary! Don't do that with that figurine, dear. Yes, almost all the land in this neighbourhood has been owned by the Rochesters. Time out of mind. You really must see the views from the third story. They really are most exhilarating.
Is Mr. Rochester liked just for himself?
Oh, well, I have no cause to do otherwise than like
But
it.
has he no peculiarities? What is his character?
Well, his character is unimpeachable, I suppose. He is rather peculiar, perhaps, but then maybe not as peculiar as those stairs. But you see, he's travelled a great deal and seen a great deal of the world, I should think.
In what ways is he peculiar?
I don't know. One can never be certain whether he's in jest or in earnest. But it is of no consequence. He's a very good master. Now, my dear, this is your room.
Oh, it is splendid, Mrs. Fairfax, as are all the others. But before I settle here, may I see the views from the third story?
The third story.
Yes, you spoke of the most exhilarating views.
Did I?
Yes.
Thank you. The third story. Follow me.
Do the servants sleep in these rooms?
No. No one ever sleeps up here. One might almost say that if there were a ghost of Thornfield Hall, this would be its home.
So I think. You have no ghosts then?
No.
Nor any traditions of one?
Shh! one that I've ever heard of.
Did you hear that loud laugh?
I did.
Who is it?
Well, one of the servants, very likely. Perhaps Grace Poole.
Oh, did you hear it?
Grace! Too much noise, Grace. Remember directions, dear.
Right you are.
She's one of the people we have to assist. Flash in her housemaid's duties. Lord knows she needs it. Well, you must be hungry. Dinner will be ready. Why don't you trip off down the stairs? Well, don't trip down the stairs. Just go down the stairs. I'll join you in a moment when I've made sure everything's safe.
Jane Eyre. She had the look of another world about her. A fairy tale land where pixies play and dance. She bewitched me at once. Her very footsteps walked right across my heart, squashed it, trampled on it, left it bruised and bleeding inside of me, and I watched her do it, powerless against her charm. Apart from all that, she was a plain none of a thing with dull clothes and not much of a figure.
All things bright and beautiful, all creatures great and oh, look. Hello.
Oh boy! Whoa! 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 No!
Are you injured, sir? Could I do it?
Thank you, no. I shall do. I have no broken bones. Only a sprain.
Sir, I cannot even think of leaving you here at so late an hour in this solitary lane until I see you are fit to mount your horse.
You ought to be at home yourself. Where do you come from?
From just below. I could run over to hail you, sir. I'm going there to post a letter.
You live just below.
Yes.
What? Do you mean at Thornfield Hall?
Yes, sir.
Well, do you know Mr.
Mr.
No. Do you know Mr. Rochester?
Oh, no, I've never seen him.
Ah, he is not resident there.
No,
And you are not a servant, of course.
I am the governess.
Oh, the governess. Deuce take me. You may be of some assistance, if you will be so kind.
Yes, sir.
Try to get hold of my horse's bridle and lead him to me. Now, you're not scared. That's the way. That's his boss. That's right. No. Yes, he does that to me a lot as well. Well, it seems as though the mountain will never be brought to Muhammad.
Brad, Mohammed.
So all you can do is aid Muhammad to get to the mountain.
Let's try again then.
No. That's the mountain. And I'm Muhammad.
Oh,
Now excuse me. Necessity compels me to make use of you. You don't need to live. Right, let's keep that. Not pretty. Hold your head. I'll try.
yes.
Just give me that. There you go. And up, and again, up, and there we go. Now pass me my hat, and make haste with your letter to Hay and return as fast as you can. On, lightning! There's a good boy, now the other way!
My eyes have seen the glory of the coming of the
just a stage I'm going through. Right. Well, I'll just make sure everything's right.
Mrs. Fairfax, I met the most extraordinary horseman today.
Mr. Rochester would be very pleased if you and your pupil would take tea with him in the drawing room this evening.
Mr. Rochester?
Yes, dear.
Oh, Mr. Rochester. Well, yes, of course. When is his tea time?
At 6 o'clock, dear. We've got
Good boy, pilot.
It's Mohammed.
Young dear, that's Mr. Rochester. Here is Jane Eyre, sir. Mary! Oh, Mary, you'll never catch them like that. We need a cat. Come on. Take Miss Eyre's cloak, dear, and hang it up. On a peg.
All right.
Thank goodness it's the last night.
Let Miss Eyre be seated.
What a nuisance, sir! For you to have to persevere with such a terrible sprain. His patience in doing so is a lesson to us all, isn't it? Sorry.
Madam,
Yes?
I should like some tea.
Madame Fairfax! What dear?
C'est possible pour moi, présenter à Monsieur Rochester, oui?
Oh, yes, she has got a nice coat on, dear. Yes. Miss Eyre!
Yes.
Would you hand Mr. Rochester his cuppa?
Down, boy.
Monsieur Rochester, avez-vous un cadeau pour Mademoiselle Eyre?
Who talks of cadeau? Yes, here is your boîte. At last, now amuse yourself with disemboweling it. And mind, don't bother me with the entrails. Tiens-toi tranquille, enfant. Comprends-tu?
Voila.
Miss Fairfax, I don't want 2 cups of tea, do I?
Right, no, let's get that one.
Disposable.
Jane, dear, that's right. That's not
Oh,
mine.
good
I think
heavens.
yes. That's a lovely
That's Did you expect a present, Miss Eyre? Are you fond of presents?
I have little experience of them, sir. They are generally thought pleasant things.
Generally thought? Well, what do you think?
A present has many faces to it, has it not? And one should consider them all before announcing an opinion.
Now, Miss Eyre, you are not as unsophisticated as Adele. She demands a cadeau the moment she sees me. You beat about the bush.
But Adele has the claim of old acquaintance. Since I am a stranger, I have done nothing to entitle me to an acknowledgement.
Now, don't fall back on overmodesty. I have examined Adele. She is not bright. And yet, in a short time, she has shown much improvement.
Sir, you have now given me my cadeau. It is the meed teachers most covet. Praise of their pupils' progress.
No,
Let's get your
come to the fire. Stay, pilot! You have been resident in my house for 3 months.
Yes, sir.
And where do you come from?
From Lowood School in Yorkshire, sir.
Ah, a charitable concern. And how long were you there?
8 years.
8 years. Well, no wonder you have rather the look of another world about you. When you came on me in Hay Lane this afternoon, I thought, I thought unaccountably of fairy tales. Who are your parents?
I have none, sir.
No, not ever had, I suppose. Do you remember them?
No, sir.
And your home?
I have no home.
Where do your brothers and sisters live?
I have no brothers or sisters.
What's the main ingredient of chasseur sauce?
Red wine, sir.
And who recommended you to come here?
Oh, I advertised and Mrs. Fairfax answered my advertisement.
Yes, yes, I am so glad of the choice Providence led me to make. Miss
Do
Eyre.
not bother giving her a character.
Right.
I shall judge for myself. She began by bewitching my horse. Yes, I have her to thank for this sprain.
Oh, Jane.
So, you have lived the life of a nun. You are no doubt well drilled in religious forms. But what else did you learn at Lowood? Can you play?
A little?
Oh, of course. That is the established answer. Well, go then into the library, sit down to the piano and play a tune.
Mr. Rochester, I didn't think.
Enough! You play a little, I see. It is 9 o'clock. What are you about, Miss Eyre? Adele, stay up so late.
But, sir...
Take her to bed.
You said Mr. Rochester was not strikingly peculiar, Mrs. Fairfax.
Is it?
I think so. He's very changeful and abrupt.
Oh, well, I have grown so accustomed to his manner that I hardly notice anymore. If he has any peculiarities of temper, allowances should be made.
Why?
When he has painful,
Feet.
well, yes. No. He has painful...
Glands.
No. Painful... Oh, no. Painful thoughts, dear.
What about?
Well, family matters, for one thing.
But he has no family.
Not now, but he has had.
Oh.
I believe they combined to bring Mr. Edward into what is considered a painful position for the sake of his fortune. The exact nature of that position I never clearly know, but for many years he's led an unsettled kind of life. Good night, Miss Eyre.
You sent for me, sir?
Yes, have you seen my pipe anywhere, right? Don't know what I've done with it. Miss Eyre, while you're here, come close and be seated. I'm disposed to be gregarious and communicative tonight.
Oh.
You examine me, Miss Eyre. Do you think me handsome?
No, sir.
By my word, there is something singular about you.
Sir, I beg your pardon. I ought to have replied that beauty is of little consequence.
You ought to have replied no such thing. Beauty is of little consequence, indeed.
Mr. Rochester, I disown my first answer. I intended no hurt.
When I was as old as you, I was a feeling fellow enough. But fortune has knocked me about since. And now I flatter myself I am hard and tough as an India rubber ball. Pervious, though, with one sentient point in the middle of the lump. Yeah, mind. Yeah. Does that leave hope for me?
Hope of what, sir?
Of my final retransformation from India rubber back to flesh? You look puzzled, Miss Eyre. And though you are not pretty any more than I am handsome, yet a puzzled air becomes you. It would please me now to draw you out, to learn more of you. So speak.
What about, sir?
Anything you like.
Oh.
You are quite dumb, Miss Eyre.
How do I know what will interest you, sir?
Oh! Promptly spoken. You are cast in a different mould to the majority. And yet you may have intolerable defects to counterbalance your few good points. I have plenty of faults of my own. I started, or rather I was thrust onto the wrong track at the age of 21. That's 21. And have never recovered the right course since. I might have been very different. I might have been as good as you. I envy you your peace of mind. Little girl, a memory without blot or contamination must be an exquisite treasure, is it not?
How was your memory when you were 18, sir?
It was all right then. No gush of bilge water had turned it to a fetid puddle. Nature meant me to be, on the whole, a good man, Miss Eyre. But you see, I am not so, owing, I believe, to circumstances, more than to my natural bent. I am a trite, commonplace sinner. When fate wronged me, I turned desperate, and then I degenerated. But I wish I had stood firm. God knows I do. Dread remorse when you are tempted to err, Miss Eyre. Remorse is the poison of life.
Repentance is said to be its cure, sir.
No, it is not its cure. Reformation may be its cure, and I could reform more. I have the strength, yet rid. Ah, but where is the use in thinking of it? Cursed as I am. Since happiness is irrevocably denied me. But I have a right to get pleasure out of life, and I will get it, cost what it may.
Then you will degenerate still more, sir.
Oh, yes? And what do you know about it? You never tried it.
I merely remind you of your own words, sir. It seems to me that if you lay down resolution to correct your thoughts and actions, you will in time have laid down the small new and stainless recollections to which you might revert with pleasure. Sir.
Rightly said, Miss Eyre. And at this moment I am laying down good intentions, which I believe as durable as flint. Certainly my associates and pursuits shall be other than they have been.
And better.
And better. Where are you going?
It is past 9, sir.
Never mind. Adele is not ready for bed yet. Whenever I look at her, I see a perfect miniature of Celine Varens, as she used to appear to me on the boards at the Rising Guard. She is the daughter of a French opera dancer, Celine Varens, toward whom I once cherished a grande passion. And this passion, Celine professed to return with even superior ardor. Miss Eyre. So much was I flattered by this that I installed her in a hotel, gave her a carriage, cashmeres, diamonds, etc. In short, I began the process of ruining myself like any other spoonie. Oh yes, I had, as I deserved to have, the fate of all spoonies. Happening to call one evening when Celine did not expect me, I found her out. I waited and watched for her return, my heart thumping with impatience. And by the by, she approached. I knew her instantly by her little foot, seen peeping from the skirt of her dress as she skipped from the carriage step. I was about to murmur, "Mange," when a figure jumped from the carriage behind her. But it was a hatted head and a spurred heel which entered the hotel with her. You never felt jealousy, did you, Miss Eyre? Oh, no. I need not ask you, because you never felt love.
Did you confront Mademoiselle Lorenz?
Oh, Celine!
Sir!
What? Oh, yes, sorry. I apologize, I was having a moment. Yes. The pair came in. There was the Verette, shining in satin and jewels, my gifts, of course. And there was her companion, a vicomte, a brainless and a vicious you. A woman who could betray me for such a rival was not worth contending for. Good heavens. In that case, I must abridge. Yes. I walked into the hotel, gave Celine notice to vacate her rooms, ignored screams, hysterics, prayers, convulsions. Made an appointment to meet the Vicomte at the Bois de Boulogne. And next morning, I left a bullet in one of his poor exfoliated arms. Feeble like the wing of a chicken. I thought I had done with the whole crew, but unluckily the Varennes have heard that this Villette Adele was my daughter. And perhaps she may be. Although where she gets the hair from, I've no idea. I took this poor thing out of the mud and the slime of Paris and transplanted it here to grow up clean in the wholesome soil of an English country garden. Mrs. Fairfax found you to train it. But now you know it is the illegitimate offspring of a French opera girl. You will perhaps think differently of your post and protege.
No, sir. Adele is not answerable for either her mother's faults or yours.
Oh, that is the light in which you view it.
Yes.
Well, I must turn in now. And you too, it grows late. Come, Adele. Mind your head.
What alienates him from this house? Will he leave it again soon? Mrs. Fairfax said he seldom stays here longer than a fortnight at a time, and he has now been resident for 6 weeks. Oh, run, pilot! Quickly, pilot, run! Quickly! Run! Sorry! If Mr. Rochester does leave, the change will be doleful. Suppose he were absent through spring and summer. How joyless sunshine and fine days would seem. Thanks for listening. Good night.
done with me? Have you plotted to drown me?
Oh, in heaven's name, sir, get up. Somebody has plotted something and you cannot too soon find out who and what it is.
Well, what is it and who did it?
I heard this laugh, sir. Strange, demonic laughter. Something scratched at my door, but when I went out into the landing, there was nobody there, but I heard footsteps and more laughter on the 3rd story. I'll fetch Mrs. Fairfax.
Mrs. Fairfax, not at all. Just be still. Here. Got this round. Keep warm. Now, remain where you are till I return. I must pay a visit to the 3rd story. Now. Now, do not prove, remember. Or call anyone. As I thought.
How is it, sir?
Well, you heard an odd laugh.
Yes, sir. Now, there is a woman who sews here, sir, called Grace Poole. She laughs in that way. She is a singular person.
Just so, yes. She is, as you say, singular.
Yeah.
Very. Say nothing of it. I will account for it all.
But...
Now return to your own room.
Yes. Good night, then, sir.
What? Are you quitting on me already in that way?
You said I might leave, sir.
Well, you've just saved me from a horrible and excruciating death and then walked past me as if we were mutual strangers. At least shake hands.
Good night again, sir.
I knew you would do me good. In some way, at some time. Your smile did not strike my inmost heart so for nothing. My cherished preserver, good night.
I am glad I happened to be awake, sir. I am cold, sir.
Cold? Then leave me, Jane. Then go. Oh well. I suppose I'd better sleep on the sofa then. Come, pilot! There's a good boy.
Mrs. Fairfax. Then these curtains will do for Sir's room. Well, upon morning with them.
They'll have to. What a mercy master was not burned in his bed.
Aye.
It is always dangerous to keep a neatly beaver's bed.
Aye, it's just as well a present of mine to think on that water, you'll want it.
That is a wondery weck, nobody.
Well, it is to be hoped you will not catch cold, sleeping on the sofa.
Oh, especially the leather.
Yes. Come on, Flash.
Oh, morning, miss.
Good morning, Grace. Has something happened here?
Well, only the master fell asleep with his candle still lit and got his curtains on fire. Did you not hear anything, miss?
Oh, I believe I did. I am certain I heard a laugh, and a strange one.
I should either think Master laugh when his life is in such danger. You must have been dreaming.
I was not dreaming.
Oh. So you didn't have present of mine then to shove your head out the door and look about?
On the contrary, I bolted my door.
Oh. So you're not in the business of bolting your door every evening then, miss?
In future, I shall take good care to secure it before I lie down.
Aye. It's just as well to have a drawn bolt against one and any mischief that may be about. Watch yourself, cocker.
Miss Harriet, well, it's a fine morning. You must be hungry for your breakfast. I think, on the whole, Mr. Rochester will have a very favourable day for his journey.
Journey? Is Mr. Rochester going somewhere?
Yes, dear. He's going to the Lees, 10 miles onto the side of Milkett. I believe there's quite a party assembled there.
Are we expecting him back tonight?
No, dear. It's very likely he'll stay a week or more. He's very lively in society, you see, and I believe he's considered, in general, a favourite with the ladies. You like him, dear, don't you? Yes. Keen as mustard, darling.
Are there going to be ladies at the Lees? Are you going to be?
No. She's not nearly posh enough, no. There'll be Lady Ingram, you see, and her daughter, the Honourable Miss Blanche Ingram, a very beautiful and accomplished young lady. She and Mr. Rochester sang a duet once.
This beautiful and accomplished lady, she is not yet married?
No, it appears not.
I wonder no rich gentleman has taken a fancy to her. Mr. Rochester, for instance.
Are you quite well, dear? You look all flushed and feverish.
Oh, yes, I'm very well. I never felt better.
Oh, Jane. Perhaps it's a stage she's going through.
Me, a favourite with Mr. Rochester. Me, gifted with the power of pleasing him. Me, of importance to him in any way. Cover your face and be ashamed. It does no woman good to be flattered by her superior who cannot even think of marrying her. And it is madness in all women, including you, to let a secret love kindle within them. Jane Eyre, portrait of a governess. Disconnected, poor